Once upon a time, in a kingdom far above the earth, lived the powerful queen of the night skies who ruled over all living creatures. Each night the princess walked amongst her suitors. She danced in the skies adorned by the stars, and all took delight in her. But the princess revealed not her face until her mother, the queen, sent to her a true prince. The Frog Prince. Ooh, girl. Ew. That's disgusting.
Hi, I'm Princess Petty Wap. People always ask me what it's like being royalty, humble, and rolling in riches, and I always tell them the same thing. It's exhausting. I should totally get a selfie of this. And what's worse is my mom keeps trying to fix me up with these horrible men. Horrible, disgusting men. Gross. I mean, seriously, is it so hard to find a man of modest character just like myself? I should totally selfie my selfie.
Royal Dance Battle! Princess Petty Wap versus Frog Prince! Go!
Valentine here. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my official round 1 entry as a top 30 contestant in this year's Face Awards, hosted by NYX Professional Makeup. Super Squad, I need you guys to vote. We want to make it to the next round, make it to the top 20, and we can only do that if you guys are voting. So you can go to faceawards.com or find the link in the description of this video. You can vote 3 times a day per email address, and I know that we can make it to the next round. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the support, and now let's get on to the makeup tutorial.
You want some of this? You like this. You like all this. Froggy make it rain.
No, Froggy.
Froggy make it rain.
Hi, baby.
Alright, everybody, brace yourselves because I'm about to show you my stupid naked face. I promise you won't have to look at this face for much longer. It's about to be completely covered. Let's begin.
Alright, before we can make our faces not bald anymore, we got some prep work we gotta do. So I'm going to create the mold for the chin of our warty frog using some tin foil. It's really lightweight and a great way to make a nice mold. So I'm just using a live face cast and apparently doing things like that. I made 2 thick strips of tin foil, taped them together, and then cut them at an angle so that lines up with my jawline in the back of it. Now we're gonna make some teeth to get ready. I'm melting some polymorph plastic in some hot water, 65 degrees Celsius. You'll know that the polymorph is ready when it turns translucent and you can mold it. And I'm just creating little cube-like shapes and using a chopstick to put a dent in there to make it look like a tooth. And you can really shape your teeth any way that you want to and make a bunch of them. Now, we also have to make a thing that our eyeballs are going to sit on. So the easiest thing to do is to take some sunglass lenses, but what I wanted to do, because I wanted the eyeballs to be bigger than my sunglasses, is just cut out some shapes out of some plastic. Now, we're gonna make a mold with some clay for our eyeballs. I know we're moving fast here, but we got a lot to cover, okay? So I'm taking that plastic and just shaping it into my clay here and carving it out with a spoon. And now we're gonna make some gelatin. This is really easy. 1 part gelatin, 1 part glycerin, 2 parts water. You're good to go. You can add some flour to thicken it up if you want to. And I'm using some food coloring to color this. And these are going to be the eyeballs. Now, if your gelatin starts to set, just pop it in the microwave for 10 seconds. It'll melt and you can reuse it over and over again. Once that has settled in your mold, you can peel it out and you have a beautiful eyeball to work with. Now it's time to build the mold. So I'm doing some latex paste here, mixing some liquid latex with some flour to you get a nice fluffy consistency. And dipping my finger in latex, I'm just going to begin to mold the latex paste over my life cast here. If you guys don't have a life cast, it's not necessary, but it definitely helps. So frogs don't really have a nose, so I just built out the sides of my nose area there, and then I'm building this buggy eye thing. You can really have fun with the shape that you want to. And then I'm going to take that plastic eye piece that I cut out and stick it into the latex so that when everything dries, it is set and kind of glued in there already, and then just finish building out the shape that you want for the upper portion of the frog mask. Now I'm taking that same chopstick and I'm just carving out some definition along the eyeballs there. It's going to give us some nice 3D and make this look really lifelike. I'm also taking a paper clip and putting little dents around the rims of the eyeballs. Once the top part of the face is dry, I'm ready to work with the chin piece. Now I did let that headpiece, the eyepiece, dry overnight, so just keep that in mind. Now I'm adding some liquid latex to my foil, popping my teeth in there, and I'm gonna let the teeth dry in there so that they have a nice little fitted mold for the teeth, and then you want to let this dry for several hours. In the meantime, we're gonna mix up some more gelatin to make those warts. I love working with gelatin. I just put some green food coloring in it this time, and I'm dabbing it out on some non-porous surface. And now it's ready to go to our latex. Now before you work with your latex, once it's dry, you need to powder it. So I'm using the NYX color correcting powder all over the latex. If you don't do this, the latex will stick to itself and it will be a disaster. So make sure that you powder every single thing. I'm also taking a moment to create some nose holes so that I can breathe in this. Now I'm taking the NYX SFX cream color in green and white and mixing them together to create a little custom froggy green tone, and I'm painting all over the chin and jaw piece that we created. I'm also going to pop the teeth out now and paint in all of those little crevices around the teeth, and then I'm taking the NYX SFX cream color in yellow and I'm just doing light brush strokes all around it to give it some dimension. I want to create a mottled look with yellows and greens. I'm doing some browns along the chin line there to make it look like he's kind of wrinkled. It's just all about, there's no right or wrong way to do this. You just want to shade. I want to shade the gum line as well, give him some nice dental work, you know what I'm saying? And Froggy ain't got no white teeth, he's got yellow teeth. So I'm just taking some yellow paint and some brown NYX FX paint and dabbing that on the tooth. Then I apply some adhesive in those gums, and look, he's got instant dentures, like bam, tooth job. I'm also shading around the teeth with some brown, more brown paint there, and you should have something that looks sort of like this. Grab those gelatin spots that you made. I love gelatin because it has such a flesh-like texture, so keep that in mind whenever you're working with gelatin. And I'm just applying it in various places on the jawline to give them a warty look, and then I'm covering all of it over with another layer of gelatin to really give it that shine and that flesh, wet frog skin appearance. Now I'm going to paint the upper portion of the face mask with the same greens, browns, and yellows that we did to the chin, doing some contouring behind the eye sockets there and in the mouth, and then I'm going to paint the actual eye sockets yellow, and taking some brown paints I'm just going to shade the outermost edges of the eye sockets. That's going to give it that curvature dimension feeling. And now here's where it shines. Grab your black NYX SFX cream color and get in those crevices. I think making something look lifelike is all about the shadows more so than the highlights or anything else that you do. So bringing out those blacks really helps it. And then I'm going to set all of those blacks with the NYX Primal Shadow in black to really soften it and make it look lifelike. Now I grabbed the NYX Full Throttle palette in Explicit, and I'm using some browns and some greens just to cover the entire latex piece with some shadows. It gives it a much softer look, blends everything out and diffuses it. And then of course, if you want to apply some highlighter, because you know our Froggy likes to have a little highlight too. He likes his beauty, his glam makeup. Just apply that on the nose there. Now we are ready for the body paint. Are you ready? Grab the NYX Wonder Pencil. I'm using this in the shade Light. These are great for tracing out shapes because you could just wipe it off if you mess up. And honey, trust me, I messed up a couple of times, okay? Carve out your little froggy body. I gave him a little pot belly. The fun thing here is you can put him in any shape position that you want to. Then I'm going to fill out this entire shape that I drew with that green SFX paint, cream color, and now I'm taking some orange, the NYX Orange SFX cream color, and filling in his little finger pad bobule things. I don't know what those are called. I'm going to take some yellow paint and give him some highlight around the sides of his body, anywhere that light would hit a frog's body, and putting some white paint in the center to make that pop. Now, take the NYX SFX Set Loose Setting Powder. You need to set your cream color, otherwise you will touch it, it will smear, you'll be singing sad songs and not happy ones, okay? Grab that Full Throttle palette and we're going to do some shading just like we did on the face pieces, taking some dark greens and browns to shade the outer regions wherever you want it to look like he's got some dimension to it. Now, I'm grabbing the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette in brights and taking some bright yellows and just touching up all of those areas where I first applied the yellow cream color on his belly, on his legs, and then I grabbed the NYX Lip of the Day, this is in shade Sunlit, and doing some really beaming highlights around his arms and his legs and a little bit on his belly to make him pop. I even gave him a pedicure, okay? Now we're going to fill in all of that negative space with the black cream color. Make sure you set it with your setting powder, and it's time to put it on the face. So I wanted the face to look like the forehead was way smaller than a human head, so I carved out a dome shape and shaded it on my giant alien-sized forehead. Sorry, I know, my forehead is huge. And using all of those colors that we used previously, and then we're going to fill the negative space in with black to make that vanish. Now, I applied, using the NYX Jumbo pencil in Black Bean, I applied some black, sorry, anywhere that might show under the mask. Now, those gelatin eyeballs that we made, put some adhesive on the back of them and on the plastic piece, the eyepiece in your mask, and stick those in there. Before you stick this on your face, put some Vaseline on your eyebrows because you do not want the adhesive to rip out your eyebrows. I'm applying adhesive all over my face where the mask will sit, and I also applied adhesive to the mask itself, and I waited for it to get tacky before sticking it onto the face. Now at this point I needed some assistance to hold it on while it was drying, and I applied some gelatin all over the areas of the rest of my face to make it look slimy and froggy. And there we go. Frog Prince. Yes.
Froggy out.
Super Squad, let's make it to the next round, the top 20. I need you guys to be voting. I love you so much. I will see you guys in a couple of days with a brand new video. Some mooches. Bye.